All a person has to do in socialism and communism has to do with I surrender. And then there's services, not so different than Social Security and food stamps, not so different than social housing. And then salute a new country under a pride rainbow flag. Next to a Black Lives Matter flag, next to another Antifa flag. With Russia and China flags proudly displayed as those revolutionaries who changed colonialist, disgusting, nasty United States of America. And then there's freedom. Freedom to look at art, freedom to listen to art, freedom to feel art. Within libraries, there's books that talk about what I'm describing. Within art, what art does to you, how you are supposed to see art, what a person misses with art when they're not intellectually advanced, and many other examples for what to do with art at the University of Washington Library in Seattle. And other than those parts, you just have to follow the rules, listen to the feminists, adhere to the doctrine of those who have no gender, and submit to those who have dominance. Eventually, there's probably rewards and plenty of stimulation, but initially, there's a lot of hard work, similar to what Bernie Sanders described as needing to wear a hard hat and volunteer. What Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez describes as necessary equality. And pretty much rehabilitation for dumb fucking racist white people like me who don't know better not to swear and who don't listen when there's a rule about a low hum. Her other sister and her other brother who has no gender talk about with their friends who are all the letters of the alphabet except the one letter describing me, a retard. A million or so Tibetans died. 10 million or so Americans will die. Likely. Probably. Worst of all. But nobody cares. Nobody cares already. Which is why there's the socialist communist revolution. And more money. To avoid the nihilist philosophy and theory taught at the University of Washington Huskies. Jay Inslee disagrees about where he studied at the Washington State Cougars University. Allowing this new system and processes to make sense for all humans to follow and respect. But I'm already failing. I already messed up. I spoke aloud. I made a sound, I moved my hand, and I had a behavior. And I didn't remember the doctrine I needed to follow with the instructions I now have to learn about the critical theory available for everybody who doesn't bow to Barack Obama and Joe Biden and all of those other revolutionaries. Who seemingly started a war during a war after the United States of America was attacked by Osama bin Laden and his comrades, his brothers, friends, and supporters. History will argue about until a person explains why Mr. President, formerly in the White House, Barack Obama, received a Nobel Prize for killing a man for saving Earth with a Paris Accord climate change contract. And adjusting government to meet the needs of a new humanity with hope. Joe Biden, Mr. President Joe Biden now speaks about with his senator buddies and friends and colleagues sending weapons to Ukraine to fight Russia about the problems Earth has had before I was born. All of these these words and all of these sounds I'm making, all these letters I'm speaking about on these videos. And nobody talks about suicide unless they're remembering a veteran who died tragically and horribly from death and suicide and dying. Instead, and